Hello everybody, thank you for tuning into my new video for Raid Shadow Legends. This is Farouk, aka ContextG, and today we're going to be looking at the new epic fusion that Plarium has put out. The champion name, it's a Fragment summon. It's Bergoth the Malformed. As you can see, I've gotten some of the fragments already, 45. And I want to take a quick look at the actual requirements needed. This is a Thanksgiving summon event. There's a little bit of mixed signals coming in, but let's take a quick look. So we have the events: Dungeon Divers, Artifact Enhancement Event, Summon Rush, normal stuff. I mean, for the tournaments, we got Dragon, Spider, Champion Training, and Classic Arena. Again, normal stuff. And they say that you can get up to 160 champion fragments in total. So you do have the freedom of choosing which events and tournaments you want to do. The champion itself is alright. Not the greatest. He is a boost to the Night Revenant faction, which is lacking a little bit. He's a support type champion from my classification because he does have a passive that when he is attacked, he heals all allies except himself by 20% of the damage received. He also has a A2, which is an AoE provoke. You can bring it down to 4 turns. His A1 hits one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a 15% continuous heal buff on himself for 1 turn if the attack is critical. I don't think the critical requirement should have been there because you're already on a 50% chance right here, and if they wanted it to be critical, they could have just removed the 50% chance and just said, you know, if it's critical, it's going to be a guaranteed 50% continuous heal buff on himself. That would have made him pretty decent. And his A2 is alright. You can book it up to a 50% chance to place Provoke, which is alright because it synergizes well with his passive. But I wish this was a little more, maybe 25 to 30%. So then, you know, the healing would actually be substantial because it's not a set amount of, like, you can't control how much damage he takes aside from just really having really low defense and incredibly high HP, which might be how you'd want to build him. And that way I can see where you're taking a ton of damage, but you have enough HP to survive the hits. You're healing the rest of your team for quite a bit. But he's alright. He's not great. I wouldn't say he's a good champion. He's alright. Like, if you get him, you get him. If you don't, it's not gonna hurt you, right? He's not gonna be one of those guys that you're gonna have to want. Now, the main concern I have with him is the requirements to get his fragments. We have a summon rush event, which is kind of insane. So this is supposed to be Thanksgiving event. They've sort of gated quite a bit of his fragments and a lot of like 15 here for 3,000. And mind you, there is a Christmas fusion coming out very soon, within a couple of weeks, a few weeks. So you're either gonna be spending your summons on this guy, your shards, and getting a mediocre, if not subpar epic, or you want to be saving them for the potential of getting a really good fusion for the Christmas. Like I said, it's mixed signals. They say it's for Thanksgiving event, you know, he's a Thanksgiving fusion, really good for you. And I know a lot of the other content creators have been saying he's sort of a freebie type champion. He's not. Don't let that fool you. He is not a freebie champion whatsoever. He's gonna take resources quite a fair bit, as much as any other fragment summon. You know, a turn off. Dungeon Divers is pretty easy to do if you're just farming, you know, that'll do itself. There's no reason to do anything and like say anything in regards to Dungeon Divers, because if you're not going through arena, if you're not doing clan boss, if you're not doing, you know, faction wars, what are you doing? You're grinding for gear, you're going into the dungeons, you're leveling up champions, so that's just gonna fill itself. So I have nothing to say about that. The tournaments, however, are, again, they're not that friendly free-to-play players. I'm at 2449 points and I have only received the first one. I haven't even received this. So the point requirement for this is kind of insane. This is supposed to be an easy fusion, an easy summon. It's not, like I mentioned earlier. It's really hard. You're gonna have to spend quite a bit of resources to get this done. For that reason, I don't think it's something that you should actively be trying to go to. You don't have the resources, like extra resources. Think of it how much it takes for a normal fusion event, right? If you want to look at it in gem wise, about 3,000 gems is what you'd need, if not more, depending on how the RNG rewards you. 3,000 to 4,000 gems is what you'd need for a good fusion for summoning, you know, for a fusion event. He's just about there. I was sitting at 2,000 gems. I didn't have any energy saved up. I didn't have any of that stuff because I've been farming. I can show you here, I've been like I've been farming up, completing my Arbiter missions. So because of that reason itself, I didn't actually go through stacking up, storing energy or any resources, because I've been completing my Arbiter missions. I'm almost at her. So I was just leveling up a rank 5 Void to get to tier 6 Ascension, right? But don't want to go for this champion if you don't have the resources. If you're saving up for the Christmas Fusion, I would advise you to go for that instead. You'll be much better off. English is a bit hard right now. You're also going to be, you know, happy with that. I'm doing this mainly as a way to see exactly how much it takes altogether. I'm not even going to pull the champion. Once I have him, he's just going to sit here like Elegaius is. I haven't summoned Elegaius for the same reason. I was saving him up for the Christmas Fusion. Same thing with Bergoth. Once I get him, he's going to be sitting here for the Christmas Fusion. If I reach the Arbiter before the Christmas Fusion is up, before the Summon Rush or Champion Chase, whatever it is up, I'm going to be saving Arbiter. So in these type of situations, this is why I'm going to be saving up and going for this, because the resources I spend now are going to carry over, like the results are going to carry over into the rewards, the Christmas Fusion. So unless you're in a situation similar to this, I was hoping to save my Physics. Plarium's BS system where, you know, if you even click on the daily login and then you click back out without actually clicking on the champion or the reward itself, it's going to give it to you regardless, right? You'd have to force close out of the client for the rewards to still stay in your daily logins, which is kind of BS if you ask me. We should be given the option to click the reward itself and receive it, rather than it automatically being thrown into our boxes. So that kind of screwed me over there. I could have gotten about 700, 650, 700 points for the Physics as well. So that would have given me a quick boost for Champion Chase. It is what it is, right? Like, what can I do now? It's done. You know, Bergoth, he's, as much as people are saying that he's good, or, well, nobody's saying he's good. He's mediocre at best. He is not a free fusion or an easy fragment summon champion at all whatsoever. I advise, if you don't have the resources, don't pick him up. Aside from that, the daily stuff that we've been getting, like if you go to your limited special offers, there's a daily set here that you can get. It's a free daily thing. Those are good. These Black Friday packs, not so good. I'm not going to be spending any on any of these packs. None of them are actually good. This is maybe, but it's too much. I'm not going to spend 140 bucks. That's crazy. That's as much as my car insurance. So just take that into consideration. Do I want to have my car drivable on the road, or do I want to pick up a bunch of bad RNG shards, right? Yeah, those are just my 2 cents for this. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little insight into the events itself. A little tip again, if you get the Fragment Fusions or any of these special pulls, again, just save them up for the next fusion. That's the only reason why I'm getting this guy, is because he's going to be helping out boost my points for the future fusion, but that's about it. And again, there's like, think of it like a PSA. Bergoth, as much as you are a reskin, you are also not that great of a champion. Player really needs to, you know, bring the level of champions to release up. Theme wise, they're alright. Elegaius was pretty good theme wise. We won't know exactly how effective Elegaius is until the Doom Tower comes out, but until then it's just mediocre. Physics is a disappointment through and through. You know, we'll see where it goes. Again, this is Farooq, aka ContextG. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a like if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a comment down below whether or not you're going to be going for this fusion. What are you guys doing to prepare yourself for the Christmas fusion that's coming out? That's something that I'm really interested in knowing, you know, getting an idea of different strategies that people use. Thanks again for watching. This is Farooq, aka ContextG, signing out. See you all in the next one.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.